Okay, well, welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back.
Hi.
We have a special guest again, part 2 with my friend Jamie.
Hello.
You guys all loved the last one. It's doing amazing on YouTube. It's one of our highest videos.
Yeah, see?
Wow.
Yeah.
Love the
That's crazy.
I don't know if it was the energy maybe or
Maybe.
Astrology.
astrology specific, but either way, we're here for part 2.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, it's awesome. We always have so much fun.
Yeah.
We talk about so much stuff before we hit record, and then we're like, damn it, now we got to circle back and
Yeah.
talk about it all over again.
Let's do it from the beginning. So today is Friday the 13th.
That's
I
right.
didn't even realize
This is
that.
our second Friday the 13th. We
It
had one last
is.
month, too.
You're right.
Yeah.
I can't believe how fast time has been going. Like, we're mid-March. It
Yeah.
feels like we just had New Year's.
Yes, but could the snow screw off
Stop,
already?
I know.
As a single woman, I'm so over shoveling, okay? Like, that was one blue job I was not excited to do.
I love shoveling.
I don't mind it either if
the
it's not
quiet-
windy.
Yeah, no. As long as it's not too cold and it's just like quiet and it's
Yeah.
peaceful.
Well, now I'm in this, like, kindness war with my neighbors.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Where, like, I did their whole driveway one day just because it was a light skiff of snow, and then they returned the favor for me. So now every time I do mine, I feel bad drawing that hard line down the 2 driveways. So I do theirs, and then they do. So we're in this, like, kindness war of, like,
Oh, yeah. I don't know about you too, but same with us. Like, did they go all the way up to our lawn or did they stop at their lawn? Because that's really weird. We got new neighbors and they originally started stopping like right on the property line.
yeah.
Like it's like a foot. So then I chose kindness and then I've just been doing it. So maybe they feel the same. They're like, oh, why is she still doing my side?
I don't mind doing it. I actually love it. I had really old neighbors in my last house, and I would just go like the whole block. Like, it was not a problem. It was a wide sidewalk too. Like it was asphalt, so it wasn't like normal sidewalk.
Unsatisfying task for me. I think that's why I don't like it. I'm over the shoveling and the kindness war.
Yeah.
I don't want to be kind anymore.
You're
I'm
done.
done.
The sunshine.
Yeah, sunshine, please. But yeah, so today's podcast is going to be a little unique, a little kind of all over the place. We're going to get a little wild in talking about how Jamie left a cult, and we'll roll into a bit more astrology stuff,
Yep.
visiting some why we are the way we are because of who we were as a child stuff, and then why we date losers.
And it will all tie in, I promise you.
Yes.
Yeah.
We figured that out.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, it'll just be entertaining nonetheless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So take it away, Jamie. You are a part of a cult. Like, we all need to hear about this.
Well, yeah, I never like signed up for it. It just kind of gradually happened to be. It was a religious church. I was married to a guy who came home one day and was like, I had to pull over on the side of the road sobbing because he was listening to a radio show on AM 1140. And there was a guy.
That's aging ourselves.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, he was just like, he was on the road a lot, so he would listen to things other than music. And so,
When there wasn't podcasts.
yeah, when there wasn't
Yeah.
podcasts. And so then he was like, came home and he's like, we need a savior, and Christ is our savior. And I was like, we're Catholic. I do believe in Jesus. But
Yeah.
it wasn't like how he was very like intentional and very focused and almost like so dived in head over feet into this. Like he was bringing home fat theology books where we had like this one kitchen table and I'd cook dinner and I'd have to take like 60 books off the table because like he was that into it. And so then it kind of started bugging me because I was like, you can't just change our religion. Like we have kids. Like you can't, that's like I believe in Jesus. I believe in like being a good person, but it's not the end all be all to my life. You know what I mean? Because like
Yes.
you kind of erased it and you're like, it's in the background.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas he was like, no, this is everything through my my vision is to be a good person and to know that I'm a sinner and that if God didn't die or Jesus didn't die for my sins, then I'm going to hell. And he had this fixation on hell.
Wow.
So
I don't
then
know
we
how I'd take that. I'd
then-
be like, here's your books, here's the door, and goodbye.
Well, it was so hard because I was like, okay, I don't know what it is you're reading. I don't know what it is that you want us to be a part of. So then he was like, well, let's change from Catholic to Christianity. And I was like, isn't it the same thing? Like, that's how green I was. So we started church shopping. And so I was like, okay.
Church shopping.
Yeah. And so we
Like
were,
my biggest nightmare.
it was very different because like you're bringing your kids into this too, right?
Yeah.
It's an investment.
It is. And they're teaching all their like doctrine to your kids. And that's what shapes them even
Yeah.
as a child. I went to a networking event. And I came home, and my 12-year-old, my 9-year-old, and my 6-year-old were sitting on a couch with my ex watching some YouTube video of this guy talking about hell. And I was like, what are you guys watching? And he was like, oh, this guy's version of hell. And I was like, okay, why? And he's like, because I want the girls to know that hell exists and that they don't want to be there. And I was like, first of all,
That's aggressive.
who has gone to hell and come back
And tell us about, what if it's great? I mean, no cold, no snow, it's constantly warm, you know?
I was just like, why are you teaching them this? And he's like, well, I want them to believe in God. And I said, but first of all, we don't know that this guy's even been to hell. And my 6-year-old was watching it, and I was just like, what? And my 12-year-old at that time was like, I don't want your God. I don't want your rules. I don't want anything to do with your church. Like, she was like, I want to wear short shorts and tank tops with skin
With how
straps,
she's
right?
yeah.
Because she's a teenager,
Yeah.
and that's what everyone wants.
don't
is
wanna
to
feel-
fit. And why would you guilt your kids into that?
Oh my
a
gosh.
fear-based
I have a very
racism.
strong opinion against religion because I believe it's just a way to control people.
Mm-hmm. It's mind control in a big
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
But it is sometimes what people grew up with, right? Like, it's like people grew up with those beliefs. And, like, if you are so strong in that belief, you want to teach your kids that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where he was. And so I kind of was just going along with it. So then we started learning theology and all these things. And our church was very heavy. And this should have been a big flag for me on submission. You need to submit.
Like as a wife?
Yes, as a wife.
Oh, like you're less than because you're a woman too, and
Yeah, not so much less than. It was more like the husband is the lead and he needs to lead your family and you need to submit. And I tried, even though I'm an Aries rising. So here's the astrology part of it where it's like, I don't like being told what to do.
Yeah.
I'm a go-getter. I'm the initiator. I'm the warrior. That's what Aries is.
Well, from everything I know about you, the more you're told to do something, the more you don't want to do it at all.
Exactly.
So how you ended up in a cult?
I know.
I mean, they should probably give themselves props for that.
they cracked the code.
Yeah.
I was even the church secretary, believe it or not.
Oh my God, you volunteered on the board.
I was.
Full stop.
And so then I went to my pastor and said, things are not good in our marriage. He was showing this to my kids. Why can't he show the love of God by loving his wife?
Yeah.
Like, why can't he model that instead of fear-mongering them into you don't want to go to hell? And I found that was his focus. Like, there were nights where he would, like, sit up in his sleep in a sweat. And I was like, what is going on? And he's like, oh, I just had a nightmare. And I was like, what? And he was like, it was like I was in hell. And it was always about hell with him. Like, he was so fixated. Like,
So
even
weird.
Yeah. Like, even when he came home, when he was crying, when he heard that radio thing where he was like, I never want to go to hell, you know? And like, when I came home and
His awakening?
Yes.
Yeah.
And my kids were like, what are you talking about? That this is a real thing. Like, and they were very malleable. They were very formative. Like, they're young kids, right?
Their brains are mushy still.
Yeah.
So I went to them saying I want to get a divorce, and the pastor was like, they're just going to tickle your ear. If you go to therapy, you're just going to hear what you want to hear and tickle your ear. And I was like, well, I can't stay in what I'm in. And so they were like, come to us. So then that started to be therapy through the church. And that ended up being a bunch of book studies is what it was. And they were giving me books to read that were called The Excellent Wife. And it was all about submission. And if you look at it on Amazon, you can read the reviews and see what kind of book that was. It was like, I actually was like, I hate this. Like, this is like brainwashing is what I felt like it was, where I was like, why can't I be an excellent wife? Because I'm mirroring what my husband is leading, right? Like if my husband is thinking about me, loving me, thinking about our family, leading our family financially, leading, like doing those things, then I'm going to be like, I fucking love you.
Of course, yeah.
Whereas if it's like, you have to submit to your husband who doesn't make decisions. Like he never made decisions.
Well, and isn't this the thing with religion? People who are often lost, who don't have a clear path or confidence in who they are or what they see in their future, they do fall into these places where they feel like this is their awakening or a safe place or something they can hold steady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
And that's why I hate it.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I have 2 kids right now who are about those ages.
Yeah.
I am so exhausted and there's not a second more in my day. How are you guys doing all of this and learning a new religion and studying and...
Oh, it was Sundays. So like
my
when we said that it was 9 to 4 pretty much, like 9 a.m. was theology class. So you would go and they would talk theology. And I actually found that interesting because I love learning things. So like theology, like say Adam and Eve, like your comment of even saying like men or he was above me. Christianity was more like God didn't take a piece of Adam's brain and give it to the woman. So like the head. He didn't take something from his foot to make a woman. It was from his rib, his equal. Like, it was his partner. So, like, that's kind of
we don't want any of that brain anyways.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
All that to say is I went to them saying I want a divorce, and they wouldn't let me. They were like, you're going to go to hell. So they took me and him and had many hours of, like, you need to step up, Jay. You need to be the leader. He couldn't. And then I was like, why are we going to all these meetings? Like, nothing gets done. Nothing. Like, I'm a doer, where it's like, let's move on from this already. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, they actually sent me a long email saying that I need to leave the house and Jay could stay in the house. And I was like, why? I have 3 kids. Like, my kids go to school in Cochrane. So where am I going? And he's like, you can go live with your mom. And I was like...
The church told you needed to leave the house?
Yes.
Oh,
and I was like,
God.
I'm going to go and pack 3 children's stuff and drive from Calgary to Cochrane twice a day to drive them to school. Why? When he could leave. If he's the man, make him leave. I'm taking care of the kids. Like, why would I uproot my kids for this, right? Like, so I was like, red flag. And so then I was like, no, I'm not leaving. And so he was like, yeah, you need to. And I was like, no. And so finally in the end, we had a trailer that I was like, you go take the trailer and go live in the trailer. I don't care. Like, I don't want you in the house. Yeah. Go live in the trailer. You know, so he actually parked it at like where you go get fireworks by Ghost Lake.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's where he was living. So the pastors were like, we have to discipline you guys. And I was like, discipline how? And they're like, we are going to read a letter to the congregation, which are our members, which were about 200 people. And we're going to say that you are not being submissive, you are not following Christ, and that you say that you're a believer, but you want to get divorced, so you're not a believer. So we're going to release you to Satan. And
that's part of cult behavior, right? Is shaming you.
Yeah.
Shaming you in front of the congregation and the community.
You know, you hear about these things on TV and you're like, this can't be real.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness.
It was a really traumatic time because those women that I was friends with were my friends. And like...
And they probably all turned on you in a second,
They did.
Right? Yeah.
As soon as,
I know.
oh my
These bitches, I tell you.
They really, truly did. I actually ran into one of the girls at Winners the other day. And the little girl, like she was so little when I left that she was like a teenager now. And when she turned and saw me, you should have seen her face. Like I was actually surprised by her face because she was like, and like so excited to see me. And then she looked at her mom and her mom was wearing a ball cap and she like puts her ball cap even lower and like tries to like hide that we're not making eye contact. And I was just like, what do I do here? You know, like, and I just was like, I'm just going to walk right by them. Like they mean nothing to me anymore. They were, to me, I felt betrayed by my friends.
Oh, yes.
That were my circle of closest people.
So was it kind of given like Sister Wives vibes, like with the potluck and then going to the park. Like you were all the women were together with the children, raising them as a little colony.
Totally.
Like, yeah.
I had my one best friend who was not like, she's Catholic. I love her. I don't care what religion people are. Like it's just your beliefs.
Yeah,
have
just
at
don't
it.
preach it on me.
Right.
Yeah,
She was the exact same way, and she, our church was like, you need Christ. You need to come to Christ or you're going to go to hell kind of thing. That she was like, don't tell me that. Like, I don't need to hear that. And she kept warning me, and I just downplayed it and took it almost like I knew more than her, which I don't. But at that time, I was like, no, I was indoctrinated. That's
part of the cult mentality.
Yeah, you don't understand how far you get in until you look back and you're like...
I think where I regret is I didn't value her beliefs. Right? Like, I was at that phase of my life where I was like, well, I know more than you kind of thing. Like, and it wasn't, I know more than you. It was, I was taught this, to believe this, to act this.
You were brainwashed.
Yes.
Yeah.
That now she might have felt like I was judging her, but I actually didn't want to judge anyone. So I was just like, I regret that, where I might have acted or conveyed that I was right and she was wrong, or not even that. I actually did like the banter too, like where it was like, tell me what you think, and you know what I mean, and then I'd be like, no.
There can be a healthy balance for sure
to
have a discussion on two different religions or two different political views or opinions or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, so back to that question, it was Sunday theology, so it wasn't like extra time per se. It was like part of that day. And our kids hated it. They were like, all day? Do we have to be there all day?
Oh, God, I hated it. Yeah.
I just need some downtime. And then you're like being all people-y too. Ugh.
Oh,
yeah,
so there was no
a
day of rest in the Christianity cult?
No, there was no day in Sunday.
No day of rest.
No. And so when I got disciplined, it actually, oddly enough, brought us a little bit closer with my ex-husband because we just felt attacked. Like, there were people calling us, being like...
Oh, good. He felt a real emotion about it?
He did.
Wow. Well, bravo. You are welcome out of the trailer for 1 to 2 days.
No.
No.
But we were getting calls being like, I'm sorry your wife isn't submissive. I'm sorry that she doesn't listen to you. I'm sorry that you chose a wife like that. And I was just like, fuck you.
It's funny that you say that because the submissive thing, and I'm seeing a little bit of this on the TikToks and the Instagram, actually is very natural for us women. We do want to be submissive as women, but that is solely based on how we are treated by our partner.
I think
the
it's
better we
mirroring.
are treated, the more princessy, spoiled queen energy we receive from a man, the more we will submit to you.
I think
'Cause
it's
we want to.
mirroring.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's submissive. I think if you are dealing with someone who is putting you first, then you're going to mirror that back.
Yes, that's true.
If someone's that's like taking care of you, you're going to mirror that back. If someone's like loving you, you're going to mirror that back. If someone's like mean and aggressive to you, you're going to become defensive. It's a mirrored partnership.
Yeah.
I think any relationship is a mirror.
Yeah.
So when you get triggered in your relationships, it's okay, why is this triggering me? It has nothing to do with the other person in the long run. If you actually drill it right back down to the root of the problem, it's a trigger probably from a childhood wound.
Yeah.
That you're like, wait, this doesn't feel comfortable. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah. But the childhood wound is what forced us to choose a loser man who then drug us into a cult.
Yes.
Yes. And the circle continues.
And actually, Jen, that's so true. Like, I'm 48 and I have started going to therapy, and I have just recently learned at 48 that I am anxious attachment. And I was like, why is this not taught in schools? Because it would have changed who I picked as a husband in the first place,
Oh, it would change so many things. I too am anxious attachment, and I have worked on that
me
in
too.
therapy over the last almost 2 years too. It's a very hard habit to break because that does come from very young childhood trauma of chaos in your home, of feeling unsafe, of watching a relationship of an anxious attachment and an avoidant person your whole life and thinking that that's normal.
Yes.
And then you just roll right into it, untherapied, and carry on the vicious cycle.
Because it feels comfortable.
Yes.
Because it feels normal. And that is why I left my marriage. One day I woke up and I was like, my kids are going to think this relationship is normal because it's their normal.
Yeah.
And I don't want them picking a husband like this. It's not normal. Like, I don't want them choosing a husband based on this because it's their normal. And it wasn't normal. Like, that just was like a bang in the face. Wake up.
So what is a good fit for an anxious attachment? The secure attachment? Or does the anxious attachment just need to like fix their shit?
The anxious needs to fix their shit to become secure, is what I believe.
Oh, and acknowledge what they've been through and their feelings. Okay.
But there has to be a good match for an anxious attachment.
Yeah, secure and secure. If you fix
And
your anxious...
that percentage is probably like, there's 3% of them.
Only because people don't want to do the work.
Yeah.
And actually, on the TikToks and all that, I'm seeing that there's more women doing the work, that men aren't doing the work. So when we are out dating, we're like, oh my God, like, I don't want that. I left that. Why would I choose to be with a guy who can't own his shit, who can't admit when they're wrong, or can't express how they're feeling, or like they have to do the work too. It's not.
Why is
It's
it
a
so
two-sided
hard
thing.
to have a conversation with 80% of men in the world?
Because they're not doing the work.
No, because they don't know.
Like, just use words, man. More words than 3. Let's start there.
Yeah.
Give me 5 words instead of 3.
Yes.
Okay. And then tomorrow give me 7.
But it's so hard for an avoidant to do that.
Oh, it's like pulling teeth, and they're all like that.
And I also feel though, like when we grew up, men were taught to hold in their emotions,
Yes.
right? It
For
wasn't like you can't be emotional, you can't.
But also, women were taught the same thing.
And all the women I know were hitting this age, like 40s, mid or early 40s, and we're doing work now.
Yeah.
We're going to the gym. We're focusing on
Yeah.
ourselves. I don't see that trend in men. I see it maybe like 3% of the population that are doing the work, but most of them are just
Coasting.
coasting. Yeah, and it does get frustrating. And then you outgrow the other person.
Yes.
And I think it's more frequent now than ever before.
I think so too.
But if you think about like the women in the 1950s and 60s, they were very submissive. Don't talk about your emotion. Don't ever cry. Look perfect all the time. How did we evolve and the men did not? They just evolved into bigger bellies and less hair.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I think that's the culture that they were raised in. I think that was how society was. Women didn't even know how a mortgage works. So like,
But when did we break free of that? Because at some point we did, because there's a huge shift in female emotional intelligence, leaving marriages, especially in your midlife. Like, how did we evolve out of it? And the men are just still existing in it.
I would say, though, I do know a fair amount of women who have not left. The husband still runs finance. They have no idea about any money, financial, anything. The husband's just...
and do you feel like they don't leave because they're scared to leave because they don't know what they don't know?
Of course. How can you leave when you don't know your finances? Maybe the husband is saying, well, if you leave, you'll have nothing.
Yeah.
And they don't
Which is
know enough.
manipulation.
Yes, they don't know enough to know that actually that's not true. I get half of everything. But they don't know, and they're scared because the husband has that controlling.
It is so scary to leave. Like, when I left, I was like frozen. I was frozen in fear. I even got suicidal thoughts where I was like, I can't do this, because I was like, I'm uprooting not only myself, but my 3 children.
Yeah.
And to what? The unknown.
Yeah.
Which is super freaking scary. Like, when I went and signed my lease, I was like, how the hell am I going to do this? Because I was a stay-at-home mom. And then you have to go through the process of dividing your finances, working through a lawyer, paying retainer fees, paying first month's and last month's rent, setting up a new house. They don't understand that. So, like, a deep part of me, if I had endless amount of money, I would open something where people can leave and be taught these things that they don't know. because I think that keeps people in shitty relationships, and that becomes the normal for their kids.
Exactly. And,
And then the cycle continues.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that's such a, I don't know, like something has to change. And I think that education is a big part of changing it. I think having the means to do it.
There is some planning that needs to go into it.
Yeah.
Yes, a woman wants to leave. From the moment you get that feeling that you want to leave, start planning for it. And maybe it takes you a year, maybe it takes you 5 years. But I feel like it's better than being stuck in it forever.
Yeah.
Totally.
Get a part-time job, start putting aside your money, start talking to families, see where you can go. Make a plan, a small plan, and just start to maybe for a second envision what it might look like to leave.
Yeah.
Because you can't just do it like that.
No. And they say it takes an average of 9 times to leave.
Yeah.
I think for me, it probably took 12 or 15 because I was frozen. Like I said, I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't want to fuck up my kids. I don't.
That's a huge one.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I was like, this is not just me. This is like 3 other lives that I'm influencing, that I'm affecting, that I'm indoctrinating in my beliefs of like, no, I don't want the religion. I'm leaving, you know, like I don't need to be mind controlled. Like that was my belief. And I was like, I'm done. But it was scary and it took a lot of guts. And honestly, I wish I did it sooner. I wish I did it sooner because those things that happened in our marriage from say like maybe things started going shitty year 4, but I stayed 10 more freaking years. So like those things that happened in those 10 years are what our kids are going to have to battle with the avoidant attachment styles. And like,
Yeah. I would always want my kids to know that they can come home to me.
I did.
I
A lot
would-
of time. I was a boomerang kid.
Yes, please
Yeah.
come home to me. Do not live unhappy.
yes,
Come home to me.
Yeah.
I will figure it out.
yes, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
And part of having that option, I feel a lot of women don't have that option because if they are with a man who is a little controlling, they will often move them away from their family,
Yeah.
pull them away from their families.
My
And you have
girlfriend that I was
nothing?
talking about,
Yeah.
she was like, I wish he never moved you out to Cochrane because he was taking you away from your people
Yeah.
to get into this cult. And looking back, yeah, she's right. He did
Yeah.
that. He alienated you by that. Like,
Yeah.
then you feel like you don't have a support system. Then you feel like you can't go anywhere. Like, even though I had my family, I didn't want to because, again, that has its own stigma too, where you're like, why am I going back home? You know, like,
Yeah. And that's the stigma I don't want my kids to have.
exactly.
Be like, no, just come back home. Don't
Exactly.
ever think, why am I going back home?
Yeah.
No, I'm going back home because that's my safe place.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
Exactly.
what I want for my kids
Yep,
for sure.
me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's also part of, I want the husband to lead the family and love his wife and whatever. And if that's the case and you feel like that and he wants to move you somewhere, women just go,
Yeah.
right?
It's because you are hopeful.
Yeah.
And like my therapist said, hope is a dangerous drug.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
things will change once we move and start this new life,
Yeah.
and it'll get better for us.
I know, but then deep down inside, there's still your intuition that's like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
This is not right. Oh, I don't want to, I don't like that. You know, like,
Yeah.
and then we suppress it. And that's one thing that I hated in the 14 years was I suppressed my intuition so much that it took me a few years after to actually start paying attention to it again and like follow it.
And that should be taught to us way younger. A woman's
Especially as
intuition.
women, yes, we have a strong
I mean,
intuition.
any intuition is an intuition. It is your inner nervous system trying to tell you something, trying to make
Exactly.
you aware of something. Why are we not taught to recognize that feeling? Like I try and teach my kids, when you have a gut feeling, ask the question.
Yeah.
Because
Step back.
Yeah. Whether the answer is something you don't want to hear or do want to hear,
Yeah.
it's going to be better than sitting
Yeah.
and not knowing in that instinct
Or regretting.
or regretting.
Yeah.
So
Pushing-
just,
yeah.
yeah.
100%.
And, you know, like I struggled with always being told or feeling like I was too extra. My emotions were too big. I would ask too many questions. I was too loud all the time. And I'm trying to teach my kids, no, be extra, be
Yeah.
loud, ask the questions.
Yeah.
Be you.
Like the right person will accept all of your extra.
yeah.
The
And then
wrong
it'll be
person
easier.
will
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just be you. That's all I say to my kids now is like, be you.
Yeah.
And even like astrology wise, I learned something the other day on my youngest where she's an Aquarius. She doesn't like to be told things. She has to kind of learn things on her own. So if I would say black, she would be like, okay, I'm going to white. And then if I say, you know what, I trust your decisions, she ends up making the white or the black, whatever decision I wanted her to do. She ends up doing it anyways without me telling her. But if I told her, she'd do the opposite. And maybe that's because she's my daughter and I've done that my whole life.
Yes.
But yeah, I really am like, trust yourself. Like I trust your decisions and I back you and I'm here for you. There's no wrong decision. If you make a path that veers you off, it's going to bring you back to the path that you were meant to be on anyways. But you needed to veer to learn those lessons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta make mistakes along the way.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes, and you were saying, and I think this is a great idea, of starting a dating app.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think this is genius. The more I'm
Patent
thinking about it
pending.
yeah,
No.
it's coming, okay? Making a dating app where somebody puts in their
Birth
date,
time,
birth time,
location.
location to get as accurate as you can, and it matches you with your perfect
Match astrology-wise.
astrology-wise. You
Yeah.
get the green flags.
Yeah.
3
Yes.
categories, I think.
Yeah.
Here are your green flags. You're going to succeed with this person. Here's your yellow flags if you want to take a risk and, fix someone.
Yeah.
Here's your red flags. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Stay far away.
I think that would be so
Yes.
genius.
Because there is compatibility. Like Taurus and Scorpios are sister signs. So actually my ex-husband was a Scorpio. My last boyfriend was a Scorpio. My first husband was actually an Aries. And I'm a Taurus. So like the Scorpio and Taurus is a sister sign. So there's a lot of similarities but opposites. So like we balance each other out.
Yeah.
With my first husband being an Aries, and I have a lot of Aries in my chart, it was the attraction. Oh, you're a go-getter. I'm a go-getter too. Let's go get it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was like that kind of attraction. But it's funny. I actually looked up my ex-husband's chart, and there was a lot of signs that he would be susceptible to cult tendencies. Like you were saying, like seeking something for stability and seeking...
Yeah. Wouldn't you have loved to know that when you were dating him?
Yeah.
You're like,
Little
wait,
heads up.
actually, there's a high percentage here that you will join a cult.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe no
Red
second
flag.
date.
Red
Yeah,
flag.
Red flag. Ooh, that's not even a yellow
Not
flag.
a
That's
match.
like straight red. That's
Stay
the hell red. The
Yeah.
blood of the goat red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's something that I would sign up for personally if I was on a dating app. But
I would love it. And I think even for guys, if you don't believe in it, if you think it's hokey pokey, whatever, wouldn't it be easier to match with a woman
Yeah.
who you would just automatically be more compatible with
Yes.
than trying to filter through all these
matches, yeah.
on matches?
Like your communication will be better, your conflict resolution will be, everything will
Everything
be
would just
better.
seem easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
You
I
wouldn't
think,
even have to be that knowledgeable about it.
no, I think what dating apps are missing though is, and why I don't like dating apps is you're judging just on a picture.
See, that's why I met my husband through eHarmony. And it wasn't just a picture, it was like a lot of questions. It was
Yeah.
an hour or two worth of questions beforehand.
Oh. So
And
maybe
so-
we need to integrate that into the new app.
Yes, you need to go through a long
Yeah.
list because I feel like a lot of the people go onto dating apps because it's easy.
Yeah.
They make it hard with eHarmony or a paid one where you have to pay and then do all these questions
Right.
before proceeding.
Yeah.
Because then it shows intention too, right?
Exactly. Like it's not a hookup. It's like, this is what I'm looking for. If you're not it, see you later.
See, and for me, I don't want someone like I don't want someone who doesn't have the same beliefs. Like I am into astrology. I am into I like the woo. Like I like one of my girlfriends is actually dating a guy who's like into Reiki and believes in astrology, and like she was like, he's a Taurus moon. I'm like, he's a Taurus moon? I'm like, those are the best guys. Like keep the Taurus moon, you know?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
because Taurus is like stable and long view, long haul, long commitment. Like
What month is Taurus?
Taurus is end of April to May. I don't remember the cutoff for May.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. I thought it was so interesting though when I looked at that chart where I was like, oh my God, I can't believe like Neptune opposing his moon shows tendencies of this, you know, like
Yes.
I
It
didn't
makes
know
sense
that
now
then.
that you look back on
Yeah,
it,
but
right?
back then
You had no idea.
we were told don't do yoga, don't get into astrology. These are all like faux pas because you just need to focus on Christ. And
Well, because it challenged the energy of the religion.
Exactly.
no, but oddly enough, the religion is based on astrology. It's actually in the Bible. If you knew astrology so much that it's actually reading the stars is what astrology actually is. Like not reading the stars, but reading the planets, the sky.
Yeah.
It's reading the sky. So when we transit all these things, so like right now there's a heavy energy because we have Neptune and Aries and Saturn, major energies all in one house and like at 0 degrees.
I heard this. This was on like the 11th, 12th. Like,
Yes.
Yes, I heard it. It's a big month for me. After 4 bad months, now good. Yeah, I did the
Yes.
work and now prosper.
Yes.
Watch
Oh,
me
good.
prosper. Yes.
Yes. And so like a lot of people are feeling this energy and like don't understand why, but we're in a major transition, I believe, where we're kind of witnessing the revolution, but we don't know that we're witnessing it. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be such a change that maybe in a month, maybe in 2 months, maybe by the 2027, we can look back and say, oh, that was when this happened and it changed the world. Like it's that impactful. We don't know what is coming. And like, it's interesting even with the ley lines. So like there's something called astrocartography, which is where they take the world and they have ley lines of where Mars is, where Venus is, where Saturn is. And so like, if you're living in a place where your Saturn line lays, you're going to have more teaching lessons there. It's going to be more difficult because you're going to be challenged because Saturn is lessons. They call it like the daddy of the zodiac, where it's like you're going to learn these lessons. Whereas Venus is like what you love and what you're attracted to and what you... and so like even someone's Venus sign is compatible with your Venus sign. Makes a difference in your relationship,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And then with this war that's going on with the cartel leader got killed, and so then they started doing like Molotov cocktails in like the convenience stores and the airplanes and all these things were happening. But when I saw on Instagram, there was a girl who does astrocartography, and she was showing how the ley line of Mars, which is the planet of action and war, is right now transitioning Mexico. And so it's
wow.
like, this is like energy. This is the energy. They've even done like the birth chart of the US. So when the birth of the USA was started, they pulled it, and like there's a lot of conjunctions and squares that are happening with Mars, with war, with things like that happening right now. So I find that astrology is grounding in the sense of like, oh, this is why this is kind of happening. We'll get through this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I
It's-
do like that.
So astrology was like when you were conceived at that time.
Okay, what is the sign of a guy who's just going to come in and take care of me? Not like a guy who's going to come in and financially take care of me. Like I can take care of myself, but what's the sign that matches Gemini that's going to come in and just like, I guess, rescue me? Like just give me
Emotionally,
everything,
yeah.
emotionally, safety-wise,
Yeah.
like just everything.
I wish I had looked into this because I don't really like, I know Taurus and Gemini are good. My instinct
Yeah.
would say Taurus, but
Yeah.
I don't know why I would say that. But I think a Taurus guy, like that girlfriend of mine who's dating a Taurus moon, I was like, keep him. I'm like, if I could find a Taurus moon, I'd be like over the moon. You know what I mean? Like it would be like, yeah, check it. Because I think
Yeah.
that would be so interesting to know because,
Oh, it's 11/11 too.
I just want like a non-avoidant
yeah.
man who's going to come in and just...
Yeah, I
Ugh.
think a Taurus moon is a good guy, but I don't know the compatibility with Gemini.
See, Gemini, I feel, is just challenging for
Gemini,
all zodiac signs.
well, Gemini is
We're
like
stubborn.
It's not even stubborn. I think Gemini is like two, the duality.
Yeah.
Gemini is very good in communication. So
Yeah.
I think this podcast is awesome for you. What does it say?
This is funny. Okay, so it says she's typically described in astrology as curious, social, mentally active, and sometimes a little all over the place emotionally.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Check.
So the best one for you for emotional safety, Cancer. I'm Cancer.
Oh, okay.
Very nurturing and emotionally intuitive. Yep, thank you. Protective, good at creating a safe space, and can balance the mental energy.
Nice.
So Cancer.
Taurus for stability.
See, Taurus,
Yeah.
Protective energy is a Leo.
Yes, see, I want a
Libra,
little bit of it all. I
yeah.
want protective, but emotional safety. Like, protect me, but not in a possessive way.
I know, but it's so hard because, like, you find a guy who might be that, but then you're like, I don't really like the way he dresses or the way he smells.
That can be fixed.
And then, but then the question is, well, do you want to change someone? Like,
Yes,
but
some
you
things
can't
are
change someone.
You can change. I feel material stuff is easily influenced in a man.
Yeah, so Cancer Taurus is what you're looking for.
Oh, so Taurus
Yeah.
is so good.
That's it.
And you're a Cancer and I'm a Taurus. So
there you
Jen.
go.
All right, well, it's okay. Can you all just be men?
We need
And
to
then
have
we'll
a
just
penis.
thruple up here.
Exactly.
What was your ex?
Oh, God. Yeah, Aquarius.
Yeah. And so I wonder how the
Highly
compatibility.
intelligent, independent, and forward-thinking.
Aquarius.
Well-
Aquarius gets into their head a lot. Aquarius and Gemini. I just want to see compatibility for.
We, for sure, were opposites.
Well, it says Gemini and Aquarius share highly compatible, intellectual, stimulating, dynamic connection. It's considered one of the best matches in the zodiac because it's two air signs.
Well, I mean, there's a reason we were together for 20 years. It worked for a long time until it didn't work.
Yeah. And that's just it. Like, I think when a relationship is good, you're mirroring the good.
Yeah,
When
totally.
a relationship is bad, then it starts mirroring that. So then it takes one person to start making the change, and then if the other person doesn't mirror that, then it's just going to deteriorate. But if
Yeah,
they do
totally.
mirror it, then it changes.
And I mean, really, it had nothing to do with who he was as a person. It had to do with the choices he ended up making.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're very cordial. Like, we still talk. We have a good relationship. We talked just a week and a half ago about, hey, we were best friends for 20 years. Like, that doesn't just go away. We can still,
And that takes emotional maturity.
yeah,
Yeah,
it does. But
Yeah.
where was that emotional maturity when I needed it?
I
Is the
know.
problem. So it's disappointing because I do look back and think, like, don't you wish you tried harder to make
Probably.
it work when I was fighting for it?
Probably now he does.
Right?
But I think that's the sad part is why does it take the absence?
I know, and it
To-
always does.
It does.
But
Like,
by the time, me as a Gemini, by the time I have emotionally disengaged from you, there's no coming back for
You're
me.
done.
Yeah.
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 That's, and I mean, it never took me 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 times to leave. It took me 1. Like, I got to the point where I was so done. It
Right.
was 1 and done.
Right.
And that's where I'll get. I'll stick through it for a long time.
Yeah.
But when I'm done, I am so done.
Well, and I think that's one thing I heard said before where it was like women slowly, gradually are like, oh, that bugs me. And then they put it aside. And then that bugs me. And they put it aside. But
Yeah.
each time they're putting it aside, they're getting closer and closer to the door. And then when there's one foot out the door, the man's like, what? Wait, you didn't give me any warning signs. And it's like, there were so many warning
Yeah.
signs.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think it's emotional maturity and
Yeah.
owning it and seeing it and wanting to make the change.
It's so hard. Like, even in the dating world,
Yeah.
I will straight up ask a guy, are you emotionally intelligent? Are hard conversations easy for you? Let me know right now. Don't tell me one thing and then show me something different.
But they usually do.
Yeah,
They
I was gonna say,
do.
they're all gonna
Like,
do
just-
that.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I'm going to walk away from you. So just tell me now,
Yeah.
and let's not waste anyone's time.
Yeah. It's sad because
Yeah.
I just feel like as we get older, there's less and less out there that is compatible. And like, for me, I don't want someone who has kids. I've done that. Like,
Yeah.
so then that eliminates a lot of people. And then it's like, well, I want you to be good looking because that's what I'm attracted to. So like, I can have
Well,
someone.
and we take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
So I then in turn want you to take care of yourself.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
agree.
that much to ask.
No, it's not. What's your husband, Shay? Do you know his
Yeah,
sign?
he's Capricorn.
Oh, he's Capricorn, so he's
Yeah.
the goat.
I just looked this up too. It's the classic opposite sign matches in
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So that's like a Taurus, Scorpio. You are Cancer, and because you said you were Cancer.
I'm Cancer, yeah.
And
so,
he's Capricorn, so opposite signs. So they're sister signs. So that's good.
yeah.
You
So
balance
it's,
each other.
yeah, it says, I'll take care of your heart, you take care of our future.
Yeah. Awesome. That's a good match, and you didn't even know. I'm sure when you guys get together.
Long-term potential. It's our 11-year anniversary this weekend, our
Well,
wedding.
congrats.
So far, but also he's becoming more emotionally mature. Like almost, it seems like weekly we're hearing of somebody else leaving.
Yeah.
And I'm very open. I'm not staying around. Like I will be that one foot out the door if things aren't growing together.
Right.
So he knows that.
Good.
Yeah.
That's
Works.
good. Congrats. What are you guys going to do? for your
We're just gonna go
anniversary?
for dinner because we have hockey all weekend.
Oh.
Oh my god, the funniest story.
Oh.
Well, let's sidetrack. So we went to the Delta Kananaskis,
Love
which is
it.
where we got married
This is last year?
last year.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting down for dinner. They knew it was our anniversary. We're waiting for our dessert. We FaceTime the boys with my mother-in-law just to say goodnight. They bring out this dessert, and this man comes up to our table, a waiter. Let me tell you, this man started belting out, "And I will love you forever."
Oh.
Wow.
Singing, like with the whole hand motions.
Was he hired?
So I'm on FaceTime. My mother-in-law, the boys are sitting there. Me and my husband are sitting from across each other, and he's looking into our eyes, like just like he was looking into my soul, singing the song. Everyone's looking at us, and the rest. It's the most awkward, embarrassing thing in my life, but super funny. The next morning, all the staff knew about it. Everyone was like, "So, how was dinner last night?" And I'm like, "This is
Who set it up?
apparently this is what this man does."
Wow.
Yep, and I was like, "Oh, it would have been great to be asked about it." It was very embarrassing.
Oh man.
Anyways, so if you go to the Delta Kananaskis restaurant, don't tell them.
Yeah,
your
it's an anniversary.
He will sing. He sings like a lovely man. But on the top of his lungs.
No, but the eye contact and the serenading, that's not for me.
And I'm shy
It's
Cancer, and we're all these people. It was a packed restaurant.
Well, then what are you supposed to do? He's looking at you so intently, and you're like,
Oh yeah, the whole song. My boys are here on the phone. They're like, "What is happening?"
oh man, I'd be like, I gotta pee. See you later. Get me out of this uncomfort.
See, and I don't know how to do that. But anyways, no, Jeff did very well this year.
Nice.
Gonna go for dinner, and
Good.
I didn't even ask him. Didn't plan, because I'm I don't really care.
That's nice. It was intentional.
The very least they can do is once a year,
Oh my
crying out
goodness.
loud. I was just having this conversation with my daughter the other day, and I was actually giving her boyfriend a little bit of shit because he's not a big planner. She's the planner and she's the doer. So I said, it's very important that you plan things for your girlfriend. It's important that you plan dates and you do special things and you make that effort. It doesn't have to be often, but you need to do it.
I think it's the little things like that that are important because it shows their heart, their intentions, their values. If you're not
Exactly.
feeling that in your loving relationship,
Yes.
where else are you getting it?
And not just, hey, want to go for wings tonight?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You make an effort. This date, pack a bag. This date, wear a dress. This date, that. And then just show up.
Well, and now being
Princess
single,
energy. Here I am.
how many times do we go on dates with strangers that are doing that?
Yeah.
And you couldn't do that for your wife when you guys had a marriage, a family, a commitment, a life built together.
Yes.
Why don't you put that effort in to
So,
keep that?
Yeah.
Make a little notes app that when she says something "Oh, I need this" or "I really want this,"
Yeah.
just type it in there because
Yeah.
then for the next big event or the next I see you're really busy.
So I
Here.
bought a new car
Ugh,
this year,
men are so
and the
lazy.
guy that sold it to me was from Acura, and he's awesome. And so he was talking while we were waiting for the finance guy
Is
to
he
come
awesome
through.
and single?
No, he's
Oh,
married, and he
of
was
course.
telling me that he was like, I said, "What's up for you this weekend? Like, what are you up to?" Like, we were just shooting the shit. And so then he was like, "Oh, well, it's my wife's birthday, and I know her favorite band is playing at the Dome in Las Vegas. So I bought her tickets to go to Vegas to watch her favorite band in the Sky Dome or whatever, that big round
The sphere, yeah.
the sphere."
Jeffrey, are you hearing this?
And I was
Listen.
like,
Yeah.
that is awesome. I was like, how amazing. You really, truly love your wife, is exactly what I said. And I said, she's going to love it. Because, like, how many guys do that? Like, I never had that. I have a girlfriend who's like, oh, my boyfriend brought me Starbucks at home. And I was like, that's so nice. Like,
Something so
I've
little,
never
it doesn't
had
even
that.
have to be that big of a gesture,
Yeah.
right? Like, I couldn't even get my husband to take me to the venue, let alone Vegas.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
come
That's just like fun. Like, it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's future planning. It's infusing that you care.
And that you know your wife.
Yes.
I know she'll love this. Let's do this.
Yes,
Yes.
a little something just to.
Because you know them. Like,
Yes,
I know.
and you're their best friends.
Yes.
So, like, if you're not doing it to keep your marriage and your relationship going, then your marriage and relationship's going to dissolve, and you're going to be doing that to a complete stranger when you're single.
Yeah.
Or maybe they won't because it's not their habit.
Well,
But
and I love all these memes that's like saying, you know, dude, if you're not teaching or treating your girl like a princess, some other man will.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, that's not true because a lot of the other men in the world are losers.
I know.
And like,
I know it's hard to find a good one, and I was saying, like, as we get older, we're getting the discarded men
totally.
that are like, what is our option? I don't want you to come because you're an avoidant. I don't want you to come because you can't be emotionally there. I don't want you
yes,
to.
but then the young ones.
the young ones.
You get too much right off the hop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
really?
it's-
Okay, like they are just.
Oh, they're overeager to just give you everything in your first conversation.
Yeah.
Like, here's a picture of me laying in my bed half naked, and here's my nipple, and here's, I don't know, my mom's first and last name and my 3 dogs I grew up with. And you're like, ew.
Yeah. No.
Also put a pillowcase on your pillow. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God.
you know, like, oh, it's one extreme to another.
Yeah.
And it's like, where's the happy medium?
I know. But then
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
really
but-
trying to change that because I don't want to think, like, your beliefs are everything. So, like, I don't want to think that there are no good guys out there because there are. It's just,
There's literally hundreds of them.
yeah.
But it's like filtering through the
Where
bullshit.
are they hiding? Yeah.
And without getting jaded while you filter through it.
Yeah.
Because eventually you do get jaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I feel like I would just be single. I'd be like, there's a TikTok, and who knows if this is AI or not, but it was a group of women who built this compound to retire in. They each have learned a skill to keep this compound running. They support each other along the way. It just runs like a smooth machine where we don't have somebody over like not doing their part. It's all community.
Yeah, that's all fine and dandy. But then have like a small group of attractive men who come in and just satisfy the colony
yeah, exactly.
from time to time.
Every once in a while, they can just, it's Thursday or whatever.
Yeah.
They're coming.
It's Thursday. Here comes the man.
Exactly. That's all
Open
take
the
you
colony
need.
doors.
Exactly.
Oh, yes. Okay, I'm a part of that colony.
Yeah,
Sign me
okay.
up.
Yeah, I'm more like what you're saying. I'm just into me right now. Like, I'm 48. I'm turning 49 in May. And I'm like, by 50, I want to have the best freaking body I've ever had. So,
Amazing.
like, it might take me a year. It might take me 6 months. But I don't want to be 50 and feeling and looking the same way that I am now. I will.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I feel like up until this point, I have been momming. And
Yeah.
now my kids are like, they don't need me as much. So, like, then I poured into my relationship where it wasn't even pouring in. It was like, I want to hang out with you. So, like, we're just sitting around hanging out together and not really doing much, where I could be working out or I could be whatever. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Yep.
I tend to lose myself in my relationships. So now that's where I'm saying I kind of want to just stay single and just
Figure it out. Yeah.
figure me out.
Yeah.
to who I feel my best, and then that's where
Well, and you'll attract somebody great at that point.
yeah,
for sure.
because it will be reflected. Like attracts like.
Yes.
You know?
And I mean, I want to use my body while I still can.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I don't
staying
wanna-
fit, you're not going to be 50.
Yeah. I don't want to be 60 and be like, oh, remember that window of time when I could have been so fit
Yeah.
and now I can't move?
Well, I want to travel, and a lot of people that are old can't travel because they have so many health conditions.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
get
yeah.
insurance.
Yeah, they can't get
Yeah.
insurance.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be that person. I don't want a knee replacement. I don't want to, like, I want to be healthy and fit. And, like, I've been looking into calisthenics because I think that is freaking awesome. Like,
Yeah.
you're only doing your body weight.
Yeah.
You're doing it consistently, and then you're actually, like, sculpted, right?
Yeah.
Same with yoga, but the yoga classes that I've been to, yeah, they're good, but I'm not consistent. So that's a me thing.
Well, no, you need something that gets you hooked. Like Jenna and I, when we get into jiu-jitsu, we're like looking at the TikToks about different moves. We're fully invested and we want to
Yeah.
get better. We want to grow. I don't know.
Finding a couple friends who are going to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like, you drive your ass here
Yeah.
every Wednesday or whatever days we're doing the things, and we show up for each other.
And knows, like, if I don't work
Yeah.
out, I get miserable, and he's like, you need to go do this.
You do need to.
So-
And you're putting yourself first.
Yes.
Which is good.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so much
That's
happier.
And also, I wanted to circle back to the last episode when I talked about how I'm a chapter in a book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so the lady who had sent me the chapter over a year ago, and then I just randomly talked about it on our last podcast episode, I must have put it out there in the universe, because the day before we aired that podcast episode, she reached out to me and was like, Jen, I have cover options for the book now and I want your opinion. And she sent me 3 cover options. It had been over a year since I'd heard anything about it.
Yeah.
And I gave her my opinion on a cover. And she said, okay, it's going to be a few more weeks after the approval and then it's going to print.
Awesome.
So we're going to have her on the podcast.
Yeah,
Cool.
exactly.
And I
That's
just,
awesome.
I'm going to
That's
like
so cool.
get a few copies and then we're going to do like a podcast giveaway.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll autograph my chapter.
Yes.
Not that
exactly.
anyone is going to care, but I think it'll just be like funny.
It
You
is.
know,
It's
a little
good.
quirky.
That's
yeah.
good. I love it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Tell me your weirdest vagina story and be entered in the draw
Yeah.
for the vagina book.
Oh man. That's like on TikTok. Have you seen where they're like sugars? Like they're like, if I did content on what I do every day, they're like showing like a Grinch
Oh,
on the
gosh.
table
Yeah.
and like spreading their legs.
Oh yeah, I've seen a few of those too. Yeah.
And I was like,
The
oh
people
man.
like in all fours on the
Yes.
bed.
Yeah,
It's really
exactly.
not that dramatic. I speak from years of experience. I'm not up on all fours getting my woohoo sugared.
But really,
it's funny.
how else
The
can they do
exaggeration is
content,
funny.
right? Like,
Well, yeah.
who's
Yeah.
gonna want to see what you're doing every day when you're a sugarist? But
Yeah.
it has to be comical. It has to be
Yeah.
like, you know what I
That's
mean?
funny,
Like
yeah.
in a creative way.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, so
Amazing.
hopefully
Well-
that'll be, we'll have her on the podcast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But anyways, putting all the things out in the universe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was a great episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
We
long
covered
one.
a lot.
We talked about a lot.
I'm excited.
I feel like we covered all the points we said we were
yes,
going to.
I do too.
It was
Yeah.
a little all over the place at
It
times,
was.
but that's fine.
Keep up. It's not anything new around here.
That's right.
Yeah.
We just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks,
Thanks
guys.
for coming, Jamie.
Thanks.
Bye,
you next
guys.
time.
Bye.